Welcome to the Daily Politics. What exactly has Arron Banks done wrong that you think it merits a criminal investigation?
Well, it is a crime to channel foreign money into an election in this country.
He denies that.
Well, that's what we need to find out. I think there's also a big question mark over with whom he met when he went to Moscow in February 2016. You know, if Mr. Banks wants to dispel all these scurrilous rumours about what he's been up to, then surely he would welcome the police looking into it. And the reason we need the police looking into it is because, with all due respect to the Electoral Commission, they simply are toothless. They don't have the wherewithal, the capability, the forensic investigation abilities that we really do need in the modern age of politics. That's why I think the police need to get involved.
But that's because you think something wrong has been committed or done as a result of this referendum campaign. I mean, are you sure in your own mind that the meetings between Arron Banks and the Russian ambassador and other officials served to influence the referendum result?
Well, the big question is where the £9 million that Arron Banks gave to Leave.eu came from, and we need to get to the bottom of that. That will require forensic investigation. I think, you know, intelligence capability, police capability.
Sure.
Quite frankly, the Electoral Commission's not up to that job. I've been in touch with the Electoral Commission since early 2017, trying to get them to look at Cambridge Analytica, at Aggregate IQ, their connections to both Vote Leave and Leave.eu, and I'm sorry, they're simply not up to the job. I think we need a root and branch review, because at the moment we have an analogue regulator for a digital age.
Right, but is that because you are suggesting the money came from Russia?
Well, we would need to know what happened in those meetings, with whom did he meet when he went to Moscow in February 2016, so that we can clear up any doubt. And if there is a very clear and clean source for that money, then fair play, no problem at all. But at the moment, this is really destabilising our values, our institutions. We've got a foreign power which is clearly making aggressive attacks on the UK, Litvinenko, Skripal, many other examples. So we need to restore confidence into our democratic institution systems and processes. The only way to do that is to have a proper regulator that can do that.
Yeah,
and as we don't have one at the present time, we need to get the police involved.
You've said that. I mean, Kemi said you're giving, actually, sort of elevating Arron Banks to a status that actually he doesn't deserve or merit. I mean, this wasn't the official Leave campaign, and he was a sort of a bit part in the whole Brexit campaign and the EU referendum. Do you agree?
You know, the fact is it's front-page news in the newspapers. The role that Russia is playing in the world at the moment is something that I think is at the top of many people's minds. And maybe Arron Banks is just the cog in a bigger machine, but every single cog in that machine needs to be properly scrutinised and investigated so that we can restore trust and confidence in our democratic systems and processes. Now, to me, there's nothing more important than that. That's why we're in politics, to defend the values and the political culture that we stand for. And we can no longer just take it for granted that those values and that political culture can look after themselves.
All right.
And that's why it is vitally important that we look at this today.
Kemi, what question